John Robert Lewis, 1940 through 2020, traveled a great distance during his 80 years, moving from poverty to protest to politics. It is little wonder that his extraordinary journey from the cotton fields of Alabama's Black Belt to the front lines of the Civil Rights Movement to the halls of Congress became the stuff of legend. Considering his beginnings in a static rural society, seemingly impervious to change and mobility, the arc of his life had an almost surreal trajectory, even though the obstacles he encountered along the way were all too real. In this regard, Lewis merits comparison with the great 19th century figure Frederick Douglass, who went from an enslaved laborer to a radical outsider as an abolitionist to a near political insider after the Civil War. Like Douglass, he transcended his humble origins with a fierce determination to change the world through activism and ceaseless struggle, ultimately finding a path to greatness that took him well beyond the limited horizons of Jim Crow culture. During his years as a protest leader from 1960 to 1966, Lewis evolved from student sit-in participant to freedom rider to one of the nation's most visible voting rights advocates. By 1963, the boy from Troy, as he was often called, had become chairman of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, SNCC, and the youngest member of the Civil Rights Movement's so-called Big Six, joining A. Philip Randolph of the March on Washington movement, Roy Wilkins of the NAACP, Martin Luther King Jr. of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, SCLC, James Farmer of the Congress of Racial Equality, CORE, and Whitney Young of the National Urban League. Among these leaders, Lewis stood out as the one most likely to put his body on the line, to have a bandage on his head, or to find himself behind bars.